Hey, happy Valentine's Day, horror fans. Welcome back to the Horror Bin Podcast. I'm your host, Julian Fernandez. Kelly's trying to blind me. I'm your host, Julian Fernandez. With me, as always, my co-host, Kelly McInerney.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Kelly.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, to all the singles, all the couples, all the companions out there.
Oh, I get it.
Right? Because today we are talking about a brand new horror film out in theaters right now. Companion, released in 2005, an hour and 37 minutes long, rated R. And you know what? I really enjoyed it.
I think this is an issue of I would have enjoyed the movie way more if the trailer didn't give everything away.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest. That's probably the biggest issue I have with it overall is just that the trailer does give away
Everything.
And
it's crazy because it's like from the people who brought you Barbarian, and you watch the Barbarian trailer. It's one of the best trailers because it's showing the movie's one thing, but it actually turns into a completely different movie. It's a sneak attack trailer kind of deal.
To which this one, with the first teaser trailer that they put out, did that pretty well.
I disagree.
It kind of did it where they're setting it up like from the people who wrote the studio that brought you The Notebook and this and that. They're trying to set it up like it is a February movie kinda. It has a very Valentine's-esque vibe, and then it gives you a sense of unease that Jack Quaid is having dinner with this lady that's handcuffed to the chair.
Yeah, and the whole movie I'm waiting for this hand on fire scene.
Yeah,
which annoyed me. I'm like, oh, because it takes you on a whole adventure of her escaping and stuff, and I'm like, well, I know she's gonna go back to him because we haven't seen that scene. So maybe if it was like a different scene from the beginning, I think that just that one scene annoyed me because it's like we know they're going to come back to each other.
Yeah.
And have one more big fight or whatever.
For those that don't know, Companion, released 2025, a billionaire's death sets off a chain of events for Iris and her friends during a weekend trip to his lakeside estate.
That's an interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
The billionaire is this Russian guy who Jack Quaid's friend pitted as like a mob guy who has a lot of money.
Sergey.
Yeah, but he's not. He just has his hands are dirty because he does stuff with dirt and
he's like a a concrete salesman or something like
dirt.
that. Something innocuous like that. Like he's still able to make like a lot of money, but it's not illegal.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah, it becomes I didn't know going into it. The fact that it's it's a movie about a sex robot. It's a companion robot, but I mean it's a sex robot. But a sex robot basically going rogue, seemingly, from what the trailers presented, and it's this group trying to figure out how to either stop her or her just trying to gain sentience and get out of there. So I didn't know what to expect. And then going in, was not expecting a whole convoluted way of stealing somebody's money is the whole premise for the whole event.
But I was expecting her to kill people and him. Like the whole movie, it starts off with there are two pivotal moments in my life. That was one. The first was meeting, blah, 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 and the second was killing him. So it's like, okay, so we're going to see his death. So the whole movie, I'm like, okay, so she's eventually going to kill this guy. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine for some movies, but I was like, I wanted a bit more of a twist. Mm-hmm. I think the twists were how she killed the people, I guess.
And it wasn't really so much her killing people on purpose either.
Right.
Because
well, I mean, some of them were on purpose.
I mean, Sergey for sure. Well, not on purpose, but out of self-defense.
Boyfriend at the end.
Yeah, the boyfriend at the end. And then
did the other robot guy die?
He killed himself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the laser.
Because he puts the taser in his mouth, and then dies. Yeah, it's more. I mean, she kills 2 people. She kills 3 technically because she does kill what's his name, Guillermo Harvey.
Yeah, Julian or whatever.
Yeah, Eli in the movie. She does shoot him, but it does seem like more of an accident,
right?
Than her intentionally shooting him.
I thought she was really good. She's a really good actress.
Sophia Thatcher is becoming a really good horror
she's
pick.
Only like 24 years old.
Yeah, she has very good I don't know what it is. It's like a very good robot.
I disagree.
She plays robot, like artificial robot, pretty well.
I thought she was really good with emoting, though, like the crying and everything.
Well, apparently she can cry on command.
I heard that, like with one tear or whatever, too.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
It's wild. Not a lot in the scare department.
No.
For a horror movie, more the concept is the horror, and how things unravel is the horror of it all.
It's more funny than scary.
Up top, it's more funny
and like rewarding, I guess, because at the end you're just waiting for Jack Quaid to get killed, and then when he gets killed, you're like, yeah.
And you slowly start to see like the sense of an abusive relationship within this like ownership of her too, which is interesting because he even makes the point of like, you're not going to kill me because I'm a part of you, which is something usually like a lot of abusers would say to people. So it's so in the sense of like comparing it to Barbarian, that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
because a Barbarian's all like a view of like the 3 types of men, like how men don't have to be cautious, but women do.
Yeah.
In every scenario, no matter what.
Yeah.
And you get like 3 different types of men. One that's overly trying to be like, hey, I'm not a threat, I promise. One that is a threat but tries to paint themselves as not, and then one who is a threat and knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one I think definitely has that like that reflection of like this is a reflection of like how there are some men out there that view women as like the property that they own, and if you're with them, like you're theirs. You own them. You own their every movement. You own how they look, how they dress, how they operate, basically. So it didn't take me until we got towards the end when he's just like wailing on her and everything. I'm like, oh shit, okay, wait a minute. Like if you look at it more like that as opposed to just, hey, you bought a sex toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That in that sense, I think the story was told really well.
Yeah, it's a good girl kicking ass to her abuser story, I guess. But I like to think of it as like they try to think of an AI movie, but let's make not the robots the bad guys, but the people.
Yeah. And really, ultimately, it comes down. I mean, they're all bad people, but I mean, Jack Quaid being the worst.
Yeah,
and Jack Quaid, another like horror. This whole movie had like a few people that have experience in horror.
What other horror movies has he been?
So Jack Quaid was in Scream.
Yeah. I forgot he was.
He was in Scream. He was in. Let me pull it up here. I know there was like one other like horror thing he was in. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
This is the other horror thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. So this and Scream, like he's been in, but then you also got Sophie Thatcher, who's in Heretic.
And that other guy,
Lucas Gage, who was in Smile too.
Yeah.
Who also I think was probably one of the funniest. Him and Harvey were probably the 2 funniest characters in this whole movie.
Yeah, and I don't think Eli was a bad guy. I think he really did love his robot.
He also wasn't privy to the whole plan in the beginning. Like they had to bring him in to help hunt down Iris.
I thought this was another case of like predictable stuff because she wants to go to the lake or whatever, and her boyfriend's like, "Oh, I'm so hungover," even though they go to the lake for a fucking weekend, you know. And she goes down there, meets Sergey, happens to have a knife in her pants, shorts.
Yeah, they never really show that earlier on.
Why? And it's because Jack Quaid planted it there because he wanted her to kill Sergey. So it's just like, I don't know.
You also get a lot of bit of interesting foreshadowing with one item in particular.
The wine.
The wine opener, because you get it once. You get it when they arrive, and Patrick's like using it to open a bottle of wine, and then later Sergei's using it like a few minutes later to open a bottle of wine, and I think they use it one other time, and then
I think they do it at the dinner when she's about to light her hand on fire.
Yeah, and then fourth time is when she's using it to stab Jack Quaid in the head.
Yeah.
Which is great. I was hoping though it would be a bigger payoff in terms of like when it finally uncorked his head.
Yeah, I liked the eye fucking up though. His eye gets fucked up.
Oh yeah.
But I thought it was a good creative death. You know, there's a lot of fun parts in this movie too, especially when the robot fixers come and the guy's like, that guy fucking modded the robot.
They figure it out right away.
But also, I can't believe Jack Quaid didn't realize that the robots were filming everything. Like, that's the first thing I would think of is like, shut the eyes off. You know what I mean?
Well, again, we talked about this. I think it's because he assumed the entire thing was in their skull. He assumed the entirety of like the salvageable information that they would have would be in their head.
Oh, so that's why he shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his original plan was to factory reset her and remove the mod from inside. Because they were already calling people to come pick it up.
Yeah.
So I think up top, maybe he did think like, oh, they are recording, so we're playing it off. And then as things unraveled, just kept on assuming it's all in their head. So I got to, if we destroy her head, we destroy everything. And then when I just remember
when they said that it's recorded, he was like, what? Huh? And it's like, fucking duh, guy.
Yeah.
That's what annoyed me. I don't know.
But that part is pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
With the whole, he modded it.
I did love the mods of the robot. Like, I like that she could switch her accent and stuff like that.
And it helps her out when she's talking to the cop and she can't lie.
Pretty impressive, Sophie Thatcher doing German.
Yeah. Cool. And then when she gets back in the car and the car is voice activated, she's able. That seems pretty intense. Where she's trying to modulate her voice to sound exactly like Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
In order to get out of there, and then him just smashing his hand, getting his foot ran over.
He sucks.
Yeah, and like I said, in terms of scares, this one I'm putting around a 2.
Yeah.
If there are any scares, it's just from like a simple like, oh, like when Harvey gets shot. That guy was kind of like, oh, but that was about it.
More funny. Like, I liked when Harvey shot the gun. He's like, ow, it's so loud. Like, I liked that this was a very sci-fi horror, but there were moments of realness in it, and that's what made you like it, I think.
Yeah.
Because when you would shoot a gun, we probably don't realize how loud it is.
Especially if you'd never shot it before either. Yeah, you just think like, oh, we're open space, open area. No, it's fucking loud. Where are you at scary scale? I'm sure you're probably agreeing, but like, where are you putting it at?
Yeah, probably 2. Like 1, 2.
Movie wise, though, I'm putting it at a 7.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. I wish I didn't know what hinders it. You know what? I'll put it at a 6 because what does hinder it, at least on the first watch, is the fact that going in that she's a robot. I think that does take a lot away, because they even try dropping little hints at the beginning that she is.
Yeah, the weather.
Yeah,
what's the weather? And she quotes the weather like almost like, it's a slight chance of rain, 30%, 72 degrees. You know.
And you can argue like the way she's saying it, she's like she's just mimicking like, whoa, this is what I heard.
Yeah.
And then even after they have sex, or after he fucks her, she's trying to talk and be like, I love you so much, blah, blah, blah. Iris, sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's at night, it's so dark, we don't see her eyes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come back until she's trying to explain what happened, and then he says it again, and she's boom, turns off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer Megan over this movie.
Yeah, if you want to find
So that's why I'm giving this a 3.
Megan's big issue is that it's not rated R.
Yeah,
that's where it kind of holds that one back.
Why was this rated R? Because there were curse words in it. Like I don't understand why this was.
Well, there's that whole part where Patrick's punching the cop in the face and just smashing it in.
Oh yeah, that was a good scene.
I mean, she shows the entire her stabbing the guy in the neck.
Okay.
Jack Quaid's getting his head popped out.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of blood in this.
Yeah.
Not a ton, but a good amount.
I just wanted it to be more. I think it was just, I don't know. I also, you gotta hook me better with a good robot thing. I think it's like, I don't know. It's becoming the new, like, easy horror movie thing, kind of. And it's like, what makes this different? Oh, it's a fuck robot with a douchebag guy. Okay, what makes this different? I don't get it. So, I don't know. I also am not a huge Jack Quaid gal, but I love Sophie Thatcher. She's really good on yellow
jackets.
I always want to say yellow cards, and it's just an emo band. It's not a lady TV show on Showtime.
Yeah, she has a lot more horror credits. Companion, Heretic, Maxine, The Boogeyman.
She's in Maxine.
She's the FX artist, the one who puts on all the all the goop.
That's her. Yeah, I remember that part.
Blink.
Blink.
Yeah, it's like it's a horror short.
Oh, okay.
She was in the Exorcist TV series as young Reagan.
I like that. The first season is really good.
Yeah. So she's well versed in horror. She knows how to play creepy and scary. Creepy. She knows how to play creepy. She's also got a good stare. I'm looking at a picture of her right now. She's got a good stare down.
Yeah. She plays young Juliette Lewis in Yellow Jackets. It's really good.
Teen Natalie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I think this is one that I'll probably rewatch again. If we had to recommend people when it's the perfect time to watch it.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. It's pretty easy.
I don't know if I'd watch this again though.
No.
I get it. I mean, the wine cork death and the cop death was good. The performances were all good, but it's just like, nothing surprised me.
Yeah.
You know?
There was no big shock of a moment.
Yeah. It was there were funny parts.
Even the partner who came up with the plan to steal the money, when she gets stabbed, it's kind of more like
yeah,
and then she's walking around pretty calmly, so it's not even like a really like, oh shit.
And then she just dies, I guess. It's just weird, very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
And there's other better horror comedy movies that I'll rewatch over and over again. Like I'll watch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies
That's
over
a fun
and over
one,
again. That's way funnier than this. Like,
yeah.
So
I do think it has some rewatchability. Will it be a lot of rewatchability? No, but I think it's got it's February. This is a fun horror Valentine's Day movie.
I have a feeling Hard Eyes is going to be the better Valentine's movie.
Oh, it's a slasher. I'd hope so.
Where they kill couples.
Yeah. And it's just straight up a Valentine's Day horror movie.
Yeah.
This one's more like it's
take your date.
Yeah. This one's more just like it's just a romantic getaway, supposedly. It's not really necessarily Valentine's. It's Hard Eyes. It's straight up Valentine's.
More explanation too, like why is this girl with Sergey and she doesn't even like him? She's just his girlfriend. Like the one that planned it with Randy Quaid, Jack Quaid, whatever his name is. I wanted more of that. Like, you don't like this robot lady, but you're the real asshole. You know what I mean? Like she's the weird one.
Yeah, that's true. Would you if they offered like robots like that, would you ever get one? Like a companion robot like that?
I can't wait to fuck robots because men suck.
Yeah.
I already fuck robots. They're smaller. It's just like a little purple thing. But it'd be cool to fuck a robot that I could take on vacation with me and use as protection.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
why I want a robot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If they get this advanced, I'll get one.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Me too.
Well, for now, we're still just 2 singles. So if anybody's listening, we're single.
Fucking tiny robots.
Tiny robot. If there's any robots, if there's any of those delivery robots out there that's looking for a partner, I'm here. But for right now, Kelly, where can they find us? Where can our future robot loves find us online? Where they can find you?
Kelly McInerney on Instagram, kellymcInerney.net. Yeah, just find me on there, and then come to my show at the comedy bingo at February 18th at the Improv Lab if you're in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, come. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Robots don't have to pay.
I think when this episode comes out, we should be that week of that show. So if you're hearing this and you're trying to think of weekend plans, come out.
Come down.
Come out. You guys can find me on all the things, Julian F. Comedy, julianfcomedy.com for all my show dates and tour dates. I will be in San Diego Mic Drop Comedy Club April 24th. Come on out. Kelly McInerney is going to be there featuring, as well as Mandy Robbins. It's going to be a lot of fun. Want to fill this room up. It's small. It's intimate. It's my favorite kind of room. So come on out. I love this club. It's going to be great. You guys can follow this podcast at Horror Bin Pod on all the things. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your companions about us. Let's build an entire harem of sex robots
nice.
listening and watching this podcast. But Kelly, as always, thank you for joining me on this horrifying journey we call life. And like we say at the end of every episode,
bleep bloop bleep bleep
blorp bleep
bleep
boop boop.
I'm a robot.
Bloop. Bye.
Bye.